Good evening, Westgate community. I am Mr. Weiss, your principal and lead learner here at Westgate Elementary School. I'm excited to welcome you to our second ever Rise Night, an opportunity for us to rise up together to work for your children, to make sure that they're getting the best education that they can get and the best opportunity for you to partner with us here as a school as we try to provide that for your children. Tonight is our second Rise Night. We had our first Rise Night back in September, and it was a great Rise Night, and we felt like this was a great opportunity to continue building the partnership with you as families and looking at your students' data, creating goals together, and again, trying to rise up for your students. As a quick reminder, we are very active on social media. We'd love to encourage families to join us on social media through Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We are sharing our story on a daily basis. We drop the curtain here at Westgate. We believe it's very important to let you see what it is we're doing from day to day at school, and we like to share those things through social media. So here we are at our second Rise Night. It is an opportunity for us to come together now that we're in the middle of the school year, because at the beginning of the school year, we just had our data from last school year. We really hadn't had much time with your students in their new classes with their new teachers and their new friends. But now here we are in the middle of the school year, and we have a new set of data to share with you. And it's important that we look at that together. We talk about how it is that we break apart the data. We think about the things that we can do as a school to improve our students' performance. And we also want to think about things that we can do to partner with you as families so that you can also help grow your student academically, whether it's math or reading or writing. We really want your support in trying to make those things happen for your kids. So tonight, you're going to see data from our mid-year MAP assessments, from something called the ISIP test, which comes from iStation, and other local assessments that your teachers are using in their classrooms. So you'll have an opportunity to see data from your teachers tonight, and really data from your student, the work that they've done and the assessments that they've taken. One of our hopes for this evening is that before you leave here tonight, you'll have an opportunity to set a wildly important goal with your child. Students have been learning about wildly important goals here at school, and as a leader in Me School, one of our objectives is to create wildly important goals so that students know what they're working towards. And one of the hopes tonight is that you and your family can create a wildly important goal with your students, something to work towards the end of the year, between now and the end of the year, so that they can continue to grow academically, continue to grow as a person, and become better at who they are and who they are as a student. We have been working on wildly important goals as staff as well, and teachers can maybe talk to you a little bit about how they've done on their wildly important goals. Students are aware that I wrote a wildly important goal to run a half marathon in less than 2 hours. I did not succeed at achieving that wildly important goal, or that WIG, but I've also shared a video with the students talking about what that means, what it means to not quite meet a goal, and how even though you may not have met your goal, you've improved because of it. So we do want students to be thinking about their WIGs tonight. We want you as a family to think about WIGs here at school, and maybe even some WIGs you can do at home. One of the things that we're going to talk about tonight in our data is that there are some very clear trends that we're seeing, areas that we need to work, example, number sense and vocabulary, areas where students are maybe not performing where we'd like them to be. And so as a building, we want to raise our ability to do well on these trends. So number sense, for example, is something that you can do a lot at home. Really, it's just fluency with numbers. How are students counting? How are they comparing numbers? Are you at home asking them to, whether it's adding the number of carrots that are on their plate to their siblings' plate, or talking about how much something costs, or what time it is in the day, or what the date is? Those are all ways that you can build number sense. In our home, we often challenge our sons to mathematically put things together to try and figure out different addition and subtraction problems, really just in hopes of building their number fluency. Also, when we talk about vocabulary, one of the things that we often do as adults that we shouldn't do is we try to lower our vocabulary because we think when we're speaking to children that they aren't able to handle certain vocabulary. One of the biggest mistakes that we can make. Honestly, when we're speaking to our children, we need to speak to them as though they're young adults, and we need to use language that we want them to be able to use. Using words and going through an explanation of what those words mean is a great way to help build their vocabulary. As a father of a 7 and an 8-year-old, I really think it's important that we build their vocabulary from an early age so that they're best able to have the capacity that they need to succeed in the world that we're talking about today. So take the time with your teachers tonight, take the time with your student tonight, set a wildly important goal, have some fun, meet some other families, really take the time to enjoy Rise Night, enjoy the opportunity to look at the data, enjoy the opportunity to connect with our school. We really do appreciate your partnership. We love our kids here, and that's a big part of our mission is love. And so we want to continue to lead, love, and learn with you at our side. Have a great Rise Night.